is fluid, both flowing and fleeting. You are hardly a concern. Hello, this is Dolphin here with Dolphin's Dive number 100 and something, as you'll see in the video description on YouTube. I keep forgetting what number we're on. But hello and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, where we do some strategic games of Sentinels of the Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon and not Bottom of the Ninth, but Aeon's End. Not Bottom of the Ninth, I've not played that game yet. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter. Twitch and YouTube, it's LewDolphin with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, and Aeon's End are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island has been funded, and will be brought to the digital tabletop sometime soon. You can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. Hello, Seamus Butler, and welcome to the last Infernal Relics challenge, which is Skinwalker Gloomweaver challenge, which appears here underneath Summoner and Overlord. You'll notice this is actually Spite, Agent of Gloom. Ow, made a mistake. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not. After Spite is defeated, he is immediately replaced by Skinwalker Gloomweaver without altering the environment or any of the heroes or hero cards. Heroes do not regain HP or draw cards. The game resumes at the start of Gloomweaver's turn. So we have to battle with Agent of Gloom's Spite before we can get to Skinwalker Gloomweaver. So we have to deal with the whole safe house issue of 3 heroes. Yeah, there's only 3 heroes, so it is impossible to flip a face-up drug face down. But yeah, so what do we have to start with? I'm playing with Darkwatch Nightmist and Freedom 5 Wraith and Argent Adept base. I don't remember which variants I've actually used out of Nightmist and Argent Adept, but whatever, it wasn't a real rule. Darkwatch Nightmist has Elder Ring, Master of Magic, and 2 Oblivions, so oh my. Freedom 5 Wraith has Combat Stance, Throwing Knives, Trust Fund, and Utility Belt. And Argent Adept has Akpunku's Drum, Instrumental Conjuration, Musaragni's Harp, and Syncopated Onslaught. So those are the drugs. Here's the safe house. We get the Innocent Bystander. Flipping a drug face up. I'm just going to go left to right. We are starting with the L605 compound Omicron, not Omnicron. First damage Spite would be dealt each turn is reduced by 1. And we have a second Innocent Bystander, which is rather unfortunate because we can't flip him. If we had a Good Samaritan, there would be a chance of getting him flipped, but having only 2 victims means we will not have 3 cards under the safe house, so Spite can't flip. A face-down villain card will flip face up. There'll be 2 drugs, and at most 2 victims under the safe house, so a drug card will not get flipped face down. But we're going to have another drug. We're going to have another card play. Cool. All right, so which target is considered to have the highest HP? Let's hit Nightmist because Wraith would be nemesis damage. So I don't think there's a point to putting the Innocent Bystanders behind the safe house unless we expect him to play a card that says Destroy a Victim card, but I don't really see it. Like, he could also just pull the victims back out, and all I would have to show is lost cards. So I have 2 Oblivions. The first damage dealt to Spite is reduced by 1. So these Oblivions are less useful. I mean, I shouldn't say they're terrible, but they're less useful. But we also don't know what's the top 3 cards in Nightmist's deck. So let's Master of Magic so that if I play an Oblivion, I regain HP. And let's take a look at my top 3 cards. We have Enlightenment, Elder Ring, 2, 2, 3. Well, we have all the Elder Rings now. I think there's only 2 copies of them, yeah. Or 3 copies of them. 1 in my hand, 2 on top. And an Enlightenment that can draw cards, but the draws cards based on the top card of the deck, so I could get at most 3 cards out of this. Could also use these cards for Oblivion. They're not the best cards for Oblivion, though. Well, I think Enlightenment on top makes the most sense, because I already have Elder Ring. And we'll put the 3 on top. And this ain't the best fight for Oblivion. Did I call it Oblivion, or did I call it Oblivion? Hey, Teamwork Kid, how are you doing? Okay. Wrong Obliv. Combat stance is not going to be good if Nightmist plays Oblivion. Throwing Knives will do a point of damage despite Trust Fund and Utility Belt. Still have 18 NPCs to manually stat out. Well, as long as the mage NPC has spells. Alright. No. The only song I have is Syncopated Onslaught. I don't think the drugs involve self-damage, right? They're all spite deal damage stuff, so let's Syncopated Onslaught. And we'll increase Wraith, and we have to think a moment about Nightmist. That Oblivion would be a 2-3, which would turn into a 3-4. Or if she plays Enlightenment, it would be a 3. Increasing the self-damage wouldn't help. So I don't think we want to increase Nightmist. This is until the start of your next turn, so there's no reason to select Argent Adept with that. So we'll just stop that. Magi. Dealing damage across the board, that spite reduces. Good job. And the next drug we have is increased damage dealt by spite and return a hero, ongoing, or equipment card. I'm not happy about that one. Well, we don't really have much use for Argent Adept right now. He doesn't have his good cards. Wraith would like to get better set up. Nightmist would like to keep that Master of Magic out. So I guess Argent Adept is going to be the slow one here. And a Good Samaritan. Which means there is a chance that we can flip him with these 2 drugs. And if there's a chance, it's probably worth taking. The problem is the Good Samaritan might reveal a card that says, destroy a victim, or move all the victims under the safe house into play, which is bad. Plus, a flipped spite is going to have a +3, which is also not good. But if we can avoid other drugs from coming out, namely ones that do things based on powers being used, ones that deal damage, because if... Oh, I guess he'll also have the elaborated thing. Let's try to get him flipped. So someone's going to have to discard cards for that. I mean, if Argent Adept's going to be the slow one, I mean, he'll probably be perpetually slow if we keep him discarding. We don't really want Nightmist to discard. Wraith does have a trust fund. Combat stance would be nice, though. But I could discard Suture Self, even though she doesn't have any other HP recovery means. Suture Self and Combat Stance keep Utility Belt and Trust Fund, so maybe we'll have Wraith discard. And if Wraith's going to discard... We could give her cards, but we want Argent Adept to, like, get going. We need him to find a card that says one player may play a card. Because then we can outpace the card return. Elder Ring, Amulet, Star Shield, okay. Amulet is nice, except we don't have the card draw to maintain it. Star Shield requires a discard, so that's also card loss. And it has a higher number. So let's take Amulet. And let's put the 3 on top. And we'll figure out next time what we're going to do next. So we're going to discard here, discard combat stance, discard suture self, play utility belt, and now we can do 2 powers. Trust fund. And smoke bombs I could discard to give someone else a draw. I like smoke bombs. I don't need 2 trust funds, I don't think. I'll give that draw to Nightmist. Even though I knew what the top of her deck was. Did I want to do that, actually? I kind of did that without thinking. Because I was thinking I want Nightmist to have cards. Well, that's fine. We'll give her cards. So... And Spite's going to do a lot of damage on his next turn. But if he has no other drugs, that's fine. We can weather the storm. This one says 1 player other than you may play a card. That might be a means of mitigating the storm, because if I can get this out and keep it, then I can play Akpunku's Drum, and then we can have an additional card play from Wraith or Nightmist. All right, so let's do that then. So, oh my god, an Elder Ring. Do I want to discard this now? Yeah, I don't expect to play Oblivion next turn. So let's wait. Because when Spite flips, let's see, can we put a victim? May remove a card from other safe house. If they do, they may play a card. So you're possibly gonna get 2 card plays here. You could do like Amulet and Star Shield. We kind of want to like get different cards though. We don't need that Elder Ring. Wraith has Stun Bolt. We want Stun Bolt. Polyphoric Flare I don't want right now. Alacritus Dominant. Perfect. Come on, villain deck. Don't destroy victims. Don't be Labraid. Labraid. Okay. Well, he's not flipping. I hate this loophole. It's okay. We might get Stun Bolt next turn. No, we won't get it. It's the top of deck, but I can't get it. You don't have the thing yet. Let's give that to Argent Adept. Try to keep Nightmist higher. The next drug we get is... Oh, good! The drug that reacts to powers. I hate this drug. I hate this drug. Okay, so... Oh, good. Forced entry. So now I can't even get Spite flipped. Okay, well... Best laid plans. Get rid of the frickin' Good Samaritan. He did me no good. We're just gonna have to deal with Spite and all of his drugs. So, no extra card plays. Let's get the Amulet out. And I don't even think it's worth using this power, because Spite's going to deal 3 damage and discard the cards that I reveal, so there's no point. In fact, I think that power is now permanently terrible. Okay, no. Smoke bombs. And I want Stun Bolt, so I can't use my power. Right, and I could discard to give someone else a draw. If we can give Nightmist draws, we can always make sure Nightmist survives. I'm sure. Okay, so no. And we probably want to do the extra card play here in some capacity so that we have a profit of cards. Permanently terrible instead of usually terrible. Oh, John will disagree with you on that one. Do I have a melody? I have Scherzo. I probably want Zoo's Belt, and then I could use Counterpoint Bulwark to reduce damage. Let's get Zoo's Bell. For now, we'll reveal the top 3 cards. Nightmist now really likes this. This replaces her power. It's a 3. I don't know. I don't really want you to play Oblivion. So I don't really know, like, what this 3 tells me. I can Enlighten for a 3. I can Scouring Mists for a 3. Okay. Well, let's leave that on top. It might. Well, we're not using power, so you're not really going to discard it. You have a utility belt. Do these decisions really matter, though? You're going to not get these cards anyway, right? You're going to discard that anyway. I'm just going to say no. No. Say no to Drux. All right, and someone else can get a card play. Let's give that to Wraith. Let's get Stun Bolt out. And then I can swap out. Yes. Even though it's Nemesis damage, I guess. But okay. Smoke Bombs did something. Oh, good. Extra damage. Spite's now going to reveal the thing that says, I can... No, I don't have it yet. Wait. I do have it. Oh, I didn't... Okay, I know what's going on here. I know what's going on here. Nightmist was dealt damage, so the option is gone. Alright, this drug... Is this the environment one? No? Or yes, it is. Sorry, I thought it wasn't. Okay, return a card to hand. We want Argent Adept to get out the Counterpoint Bulwark. We'll just ditch Throwing Knives. This is probably worth it. Let's ditch the Oblivions that Nightmist can't really use. And then this is damage that I can't deal with. I don't think this game's going to end well. I think this game is going to end. I think it's going to end terribly. No, no. No. I could get Spite flipped now. And then we don't get the drug that says deal 1 damage to each non-hero target. Which doesn't really work out well. Let's Enlighten. Because I'm going to draw 3 cards. I can discard 2 for this. And have Nightmist draw. It's going to be the Nightmist game. Nightmist might be able to sustain herself. We just have to keep her with cards. She has to keep out the amulet. She needs to be able to have cards to discard. I don't think it really matters, but let's Stun Bolt. Like, I could use Utility Belt, but then Spite would deal Wraith 3 more damage. I don't think that's worth. So no, no, no. Counterpoint. So reduce damage to Nightmist for sure. And both of these heroes are tied for lowest, which means that Smoke Bombs will redirect to Nightmist. Which is good. But let's provide an extra protection on Argent Adept. And then we need to do another card play to maintain things. Call forth, discard a 4, draw 4. But you only have 3 relics. That doesn't really work. I mean, Wraith does have another card that can just return to hand, provided she survives the environment turn. So it's not really too big of a deal to have Nightmist draw. Could put out the Starshield Necklace. Let's see what these incaps are, because they're going to become relevant. One player may draw 2 cards and discard a card. Reduce the dex damage dealt to that target by 2. Search your deck for an equipment card, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. Well, I mean, it's card draw. That's something. Argent Adept, regain a hit point, use a power. Increase all damage of a damage type dealt by hero targets by 1. Good for self-damage, right? Yeah, if the goal is to keep Nightmist sustained, we might just need to do the card draw. Mist Form. Well, the downside of Mist Form is that she can't play cards. Otherwise, she could keep herself immune, which is cool. Is Argent Adept considered to have the lowest? Yes. And then this reduces to 0? Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Players cannot draw hero cards. That won't last. All right. And then let's ditch Throwing Knife. Stunbolt's gonna stay out. Lab Raid gets played. Redirect. Redirect. I mean, I'm surprised at how little damage has been dealt. It is not worth discarding for 1 damage, though. I would have preferred this damage to have been dealt. Yeah, unfortunately, Nightmist is steadily losing hit points. Except that was 0. Oh, because it's just 1. When it's just 1, she takes 0. So no, no, no. Well, with Mist Form, actually... Hey! Hey! With Mist Form and Smoke Bombs... we are immune to spite damage. So I guess that's the game now, is Mist Form. Okay. We can make this work. So I can use extra powers then, because I don't really care about the damage part. But let's still stun bolt, because that does a point of damage. Yes. Draw a card. Yes. Impromptu Invention when I have 14 cards in hand. I feel like, okay, Impromptu Invention is good even if there's no equipment cards in the deck. And there are still equipment cards. Micro-targeting computer is good. I would have preferred another Stun Bolt, but I guess it's in my trash. Good. Let's ditch Smoke Bombs. We want Nightmist to have cards, because when she breaks out of Mist Form, she needs to be able to weather the storm. Would it make sense to flip Spite if we're immune? It should be safe, right? I mean, I have to be dealt damage, though, which is unfortunate because I can't be dealt damage unless I had Nightmist take the damage when she wasn't immune to damage. So let's just table that. We might be able to flip Spite also and be able to play additional cards and stuff, but let's not get too greedy right now. Okay, so I have Zoo's Bell. I have 2 songs that work well with Zoo's Bell. We have the Syncopated Onslaught. We don't need to counterpoint Bulwark right now. Because if Nightmist keeps out Mist Form and the environment doesn't whittle us down, which I think unfortunately they can. Yeah. So maybe we need to give damage reduction to Wraith and Argent Adept to keep them alive. Did we discard any? We did not. We still have our Inspiring Supertonics in the deck, so let's search for those. We got one. Good. We have a Silver Shadow. Good. I want Inspiring Supertonic, and then I'll want the Harp. Except I won't really want to regain 2 hit points. Because then Wraith will be lowest, and Argent Adept won't, and Argent Adept can't redirect. We need these two to have the same amount of hit points. Which means we actually need the Rhapsody of Vigor. Which you can dig for with Arcane Cadence. Like Rhapsody of Vigor will allow us to heal, while also maintaining Wraith and Argent Adept as the lowest. So, to that end, we're going to need to play Arcane Cadence to try to get another attempt at Rhapsody of Vigor. Let's put Silver Shadow in hand, because I don't need to play it right now if we can survive the environment turn. I keep saying if we survive the environment turn. Let's put Inspiring Supertonic on top. Syncopated Onslaught we already have a copy of, so that can just go in the trash, because that's easier to get back, right? I guess it doesn't really matter, because the deck will keep discarding. So most of these deck decisions won't matter too much because of cycling. We have another Arcane Cadence, an Avernal Sonata, which is another good card that can heal Argent Adept and Wraith without changing their hit point status. I would like to be able to also get something else out, though, to keep Argent Adept getting set up. But let's draw the Vernal Sonata, put a Supertonic on top, and Bulwark we already have in play. Supertonic, we'll just put Supertonic on the bottom and Bulwark in the trash, and this should guarantee us... Nope! I'm going to say it should guarantee us because the bottom 2 cards are not... Okay, well, we didn't draw it, and we're not going to draw it then. Okay. I tried. Alacritus Subdominant would allow for another play. We already have one in hand, though. I could play it, and then also use a power, but I want to be able to use Counterpoint. Yeah, if I don't use a power, I could easily get it. I want to give that extra protection, though. Plus the extra card play on Wraith. Just to keep getting stuff out. I'm not worried about Nightmist cards now, because with Mistform, she'll draw 3 cards each round. So which of these do I want? I want to play the Supertonic. I want the Vernal Sonata in hand, because we're not going to be able to draw it if I use the power. Already have that. Already have Sadistic Dissonant. Drake's Pipes. We do not have an Instrumental Conjuration, so I can't just easily get it. But Vernal Sonata in hand. Whatever gets put on top is going to be discarded. Actually, with these 5 cards, I guess I'm going to know exactly what I'm going to draw. I think the draw is Inspiring Supertonic. Oh, boy. Well, that's cool. Let's put this on top. Pipes on the bottom so that maybe I could still draw them. Alright, and then Zeus Bell. So instead of giving a reduction to Nightmist, we're going to give reductions to the non-immune characters. And we're going to give card play to Wraith. Impromptu Invention. Gets me Utility Belt, which I already have in play. Yes, so that's not too exciting. I could discard that to give someone a draw. Oh, you know, I could have given a draw to Argent Adept, except I put a card on top I don't care about, so... I guess it was Drake's Pipes, wasn't it? Or no, Drake's Pipes was on the bottom. I put Alacritus Subdominant on top. Okay, well, let's give that to Nightmist. Infrared Eyepiece. Or micro-targeting. Let's do micro-targeting. We're not really worried about his plays because he could destroy victims. He could lab raid. Like, it doesn't really matter because the damage he would deal is, for now, we're safe. And now I mean, I don't have to, but let's place something. So Razor Ordnance and Stun Bolt. Whenever a villain target is destroyed. Well, there are no villain targets other than Spite. Okay, so keep Nightmist set up if possible. Wraith can get extra card plays off of Argent Adept, plus, well, yeah, you can just return the Razor Ordnance. Lost Child. I should probably say yes to these questions all game, right? So no, 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 no. So no, 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 no. Razor Ordnance. All right, so Stun Bolt and Razor Ordnance. Wraith will ping away at Spite, and Spite won't be able to do anything. All right, infrared eyepiece. I don't need throwing knives. Stun Bolt and Razor Ordnance is just as good as throwing knives and Razor Ordnance, because there will never be environment targets to hit. I could give that draw to get Drake's Pipes, but there's no reason to, right? Let's keep giving it to Nightmist. Mistbound. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright, I would like to be able to bounce powers off of Inspiring Supertonic, but the problem is I have to activate the Accompany of a Harmony, which would mean that Argent Adept would have to regain 2 hit points. And that would make Argent Adept no longer the lowest, which means he would not be safe to Spite. Despite my best efforts. Huh? Huh? Despite. So, I should do something else. Let's put out the Alacritus. I guess technically the noun is subdominant. Let's put out the subdominant, which is Alacritus. The thing that is Alacritus is the subdominant. Yes. And I could use that to have Argent Adept play another card. Because we don't need Wraith to play Infrared Eyepiece. She has 1 card to play. I cannot skip the Accompany. It says activate. Oh, I guess I should look at the actual card. It says activate the perform text of a Harmony card and the Accompany text of Harmony card. It does not say you may activate. And the Accompany says the Argent Adept regains 2 hit points. It doesn't say the Argent Adept may regain 2 hit points. Alright, so then Zoo's Bell. See, I can't skip. There's no skip button. There's a skip button here, but it says I can select up to 2 targets, which is why it's saying that. Alright, and let's give a draw. You have 1 card. It's Infrared Eyepiece. I guess you really want to play that, don't you? Let's give us Argent Adept to get the Drake's Pipes. There's a Rhapsody of Vigor. Okay, that's good. Spike Trap, which is fine because Spite will just destroy it. All right, so what do we want to return to hand? Wraith doesn't really care about the infrared eyepiece. We could control what Spite plays, but it doesn't really matter what Spite plays. I guess we could get to the potential sidekick faster. But really, Wraith is the one who's whittling down Spite. Like, the damage that is being dealt is from Wraith, so I don't really need Wraith to look at Spite's deck. Let's just pull Razor Ordnance. Forced entry, okay. Let's get rid of a lost child because I'm mean. Okay, well, this game is now going a lot better than it was a second ago. That's how Sentinels works. You have to stay calm because situations change. So no, 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 no. It would have been nice if we had gotten the, if we had gotten Starshield Necklace in play before Mistform, because then I would be able to just heal en masse. I could do it by playing, by destroying Mistform on Nightmist's turn, playing Starshield Necklace on Nightmist's turn, and having Argent Adept have Nightmist play Mistform. But then actually Wraith would use Stun Bolt, or I mean, I guess she doesn't need to use Stun Bolt. She doesn't have to use any powers. So that would actually be fine. No, no, no. And let's keep whittling down Spite. So if she's doing 9 damage per turn, and Spite has 67 HP, how many turns is this going to take? The answer is math. 7 turns. It'd actually be 8 turns. Unless I mean, we can complicate matters by having Argent Adept give Wraith a power. Which is an option. I kind of want to be a little more defensive, though. Because the environment could still screw things up. So, let's get out Rhapsody of Vigor. And I can't use both Rhapsody of Vigor and Counterpoint Bulwark. Right, there's still the Gloomweaver part of the fight, fun fact. Although with Mistform, we're still safe on the Gloomweaver side of things. It's just Tomb of Anubis that will forever screw things up. Let's do Counterpoint. Let's try to figure out when we can use Rhapsody. The answer is use a power now. That's not really the most glorified usage of that statement, though. Card play to Wraith for a trust fund. Ooh, good. Mega Computer. That's what we need. So is there another copy in her deck that we can impromptu invention for? There is. Excellent. So we're gonna ditch Grappling Hook and Infrared Eyepiece, and then get 3 mega computers out. And then we won't have to worry about the environment, period. Speaking of the environment, this is a little tragic. This might very well be game ending here. Or not game ending, it might be game over for one of these heroes. Because whoever gets hit is then going to be able to redirect Spite's damage. Whoever doesn't get hit is going to be hit by Spite, which will screw things up. But I think if we hit Wraith, we might be able to have Argent Adept take 1 damage, and then he'll be tied again, and everything will be hunky-dory. This is the risky part. Is Shamai's coming out and hitting the lowest HP target. But once we get the mega computers, everything's fine. So what do we want to return to hand? We actually want Wraith to not play Razor Ordnance or another card. We need Mega Computer. So it would make sense to have Argent Adept return a card to hand, even though we would like him to be more set up to utilize Rhapsody of Vigor a little more. We're using Preparation, we're using Bell, we're using Bulwark, we're not using Supertonic, we're not using Subdominant. But we could use Subdominant to help Argent Adept get set up. But we're not really using it. But let's return to Subdominant to hand. Destroy a victim. Another child. And another Good Samaritan. Potential sidekick. Okay. That's actually perfect. 1 point of damage. And now we're fine. Everything's fine. If I had hit Argent Adept instead, Wraith would have taken 2 points of damage, and then Wraith would be the lowest. But then I would be able to hit Argent Adept for 1, and then they'd be tied, but we'd be at 2 hit points. So that decision was very smart. But unfortunately, we still have not gotten the potential sidekick. Because whenever you play a Spite game, part of the rules are that potential sidekick is the bottom card of the deck. Okay. So no. Impromptu Invention, Mega Computer. Well, that's actually the worst card to draw because now I can't play 2 Mega Computers. Okay, I guess it's infrared eyepiece. We could have had Argent Adept give the 3rd Mega Computer out if this had worked better. Oh well. So what's left in here that can deal damage? That's 2 damage. That's 2 damage. 3 damage. That's dangerous. 2 damage. And then that just gets cards. Okay, so we would really, really like to have 3 Mega Computers out. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Oh no, there is a way to make it happen. We have to sacrifice the Subdominant. Okay, we can do it. I want that 3rd Mega Computer because then you have it. You don't always need 3 Mega Computers, but then you have it. All right, so now we can do no Subdominant, Zeus Bell. Oh no, I can't actually. I can't. I thought I could use this accompany and this perform. I can't though. Okay. I can't get both the subdominant and the harp out, which would be another way of getting that done. Oh, I have Silver Shadow. What am I talking about? I have Silver Shadow. Three mega computers. Why Wraith is at home in Zhulong's temple. All right, we got that out now. And then we can give the Zeus Bell card play for the other one. Good. Good, good, good. Do I want to Arcane Cadence? What I really, really want are instrumental conjurations, because then I don't need to worry about where instruments are. There are 3 arcane cadences that will actually cycle through the deck really quickly. Let's just do that. Arcane Cadence, Subdominance, Saraband, Idasar's Horn. That's a means of activating Rhapsody. But it's not really a good one because it activates the company of Inspiring Supertonic, which will then screw up hit point totals. 3 mega computers, though, should make me entirely safe to the environment. Let's just double check this fact. Because if the environment can deal 4 damage, that's when bad things happen. Second highest HP, well, that will not be Wraith or Argent Adept. Okay. So we don't need to counterpoint anymore. So we could activate the melody and the accompany of a rhythm. That's ideal. That card is probably already in my hand. Yes, it is. So I can't really get Akpunku's drum out because I can't search for it. Oh well. Alright, well, let's get more songs in hand, some more options. I already have a Saraband, though, but... more Alacrituses. And that could just go in play. But that can also go on top of the deck and then get played. So let's put the instrument in hand so that I don't have to search for it. Let's put Alacritus on top. Saraband on the bottom, Flare in the trash, Cadence in play. Alright. So Arcane Cadence with 3 cards doesn't really work as well, so we're not going to play this Arcane Cadence. But Vernal Sonata in hand makes sense. Eventually we're going to use these Vernal Sonatas. I swear. It's actually good because it will give us hit points. But first we needed the environment protection, which we will have soon. I can actually play... Okay, I can play Silver Shadow, and then I could play Akpunku's drum. Excellent. That is a means of doing what I want. Card on top, card on bottom is going to get discarded with the power. So this choice doesn't really matter too much. So card play or card draw. We'll do card play because we have to do it at some point. It gives me more options later. And then I can do Akpunku's drum. So now, card play or card draw. Well, Wraith doesn't have any card to play, so we'll do a draw instead. I guess this decision does slightly matter because I can have Argent Adept to draw. Let's give it to Wraith because Wraith does not currently have a card play for her play phase. And then we can heal, and this can heal Nightmist and Wraith and Argent Adept. Nightmist is now in double digits again! Yeah! So you have your 3 megas? Okay. Environment can't do anything, and Spite can't do anything, so this game is won. And furthermore, the Gloomweaver game is also won because Gloomweaver can't destroy ongoing cards. Well, the ongoing destruction is optional. So, thank you for watching Dolphin's Dive, everyone, where all the games are decided in the first hour. No, I didn't set up for this. So I don't want to bother. We can flip Spite safely also. All right, you actually do have a card to play if you do the impromptu or infrared eyepiece, and actually infrared eyepiece would enable us to know exactly what Good Samaritan is going to do. So maybe we are going to use infrared eyepiece this turn. So Argent Adept doesn't need, well, yeah, we're still kind of, we have this muddied issue of like, if you suture self, then Argent Adept could use Inspiring Supertonic and then not provide a hit point to Wraith off of Rhapsody of Vigor. That way we could also have Musaragni's Harp see action in this game. But I don't know. Let's pull Stun Bolt on the prowl. All right, well, nope, never mind. We're not having Good Samaritan go off. Good Samaritan is getting destroyed. But we are getting a new victim. The potential psychic! Yeah! So potential sidekick. That player may discard 3 cards to put this under the safe house. Well, Nightmist has anything but cards, and she can do Star Shield and Mist Form now. So we might as well just do that. Planar Banishment is not going to see action in this game. We'll destroy Mist Form. We'll discard 3 cards. Wait. No, we don't want to. Oh, no, we can do that. We can. Okay, never mind. We can have Argent Adept take care of this thing. Okay. So I can't give her 2 card plays the way I was originally thinking of because I was thinking I could get through the start of turn play, but that can't really happen with Nightmist ever, but that's fine. Scouring Mists, I don't think I'm going to use. Enlightenment, well, actually call forth. We have basically all the relics, sort of. At this point, it's not worth using. All right, so Nightmist is now no longer immune to damage, so actually Wraith can't really use a power without it getting sketchy, although Nightmist could redirect to Spite. She has plenty of cards. All right, so let's discard a 4. Okay. Stun Bolt. So we don't need to use infrared eyepiece because we're not going to be. Let's do the big hit first and then have Nightmist redirect the big hit. That makes sense. Keep the Mist Form. Discard this call forth. It was a weird preview. It didn't line up. And then I can use Stun Bolt. And then Nightmist will be dealt 1 damage. That's fine. You regained 4, so she's still profiting. Alright. So Nightmist needs to play Mist Form. The deck is open as far as what's in Argent Adept's deck. I could use Vernal Sonata and have Wraith draw exactly the card she wants, although she... Okay, that's not exciting at all. We can do this to Nightmist and have her draw that, but we can't really do that, so... Never mind. We have to give Nightmist the play, so that doesn't matter. What did we need to do? We have Akpunku's Drum. We can activate the play of preparation and the perform of vigor. So Arcane Cadence. All right, Instrumental Conjuration. That's exactly what I wanted. And Teleman's Lyra is also exactly what I wanted, because now I can activate the play and the power. Or draw and power, really. At this point. Although with the Good Samaritan, with the potential psychic, we're actually going to profit cards now. Okay. We need to put something out there to return to hand. Or Wraith can. Probably. Argent Adept's deck has no instrument cards, and the trash has no instrument cards. Okay, so the Conjuration isn't doing anything for me other than maybe Teleman's Lyra. Okay, that's okay. Well, that's something. All right, so we want Conjuration on top. We want Lyra into the trash. We want Cadence in play. Flare and Dissonant. I can't really use Flare. I can use Flare and use the Harp to regain the hit points back. How about that? Stratagems. Okay, we'll draw the Flare. Top deck, Conjuration. Bottom deck, Dissonant. Lyra the trash. Cadence play. Gets me a second Rhapsody of Vigor. And a Silver Shadow. And another Flare. And another Onslaught. And the Conjuration. So what do I want to draw? What do I want to play? And what will just get discarded away? Hey, that rhymed. We have Drake's Pipes. We could do double heals off of Rhapsody. Well, we need 2 Rhapsodies to do that. So maybe I want to play Rhapsody this turn and play Drake's Pipes next turn. Alright, so what do I want to put in hand? Is it the Conjuration so I can get the instruments? Or instrument and a card draw? Because that's super important. Silver Shadow's really good. Especially when we have a bajillion cards. Yeah, we're gonna let's do Silver Shadow, and then we'll put Conjuration on the bottom because then it could potentially be drawn. But Flare, Conjuration, Onslaught, Rhapsody. All right, so we use Ekpunku's Drum, which we have to do to get Nightmist safe. And then heals. Ah, Swinging Blades. This is why we have all of the mega computers. All right. Here we go. And for red eye piece. This card in his play. Destroy a victim. Well, there are no victims in play. Ha ha ha! Oh, smoke bombs and the highest HP hero being immune to damage is a ridiculous combo. Alright, potential sidekick is in play. Can't play a card off of that, but it's in play. And let's keep getting you healed up. Alright, you could play a card. Except, well, I mean, I guess we do need to get rid of collateral damage, because it's something that we can get rid of, so. And we draw that. No. And then I can play that. Alright, so now we're getting 2 card plays. So now we don't need Argent Adept to bounce plays. Awesome. So we're going to steadily win. And then move on to the Gloomweaver part of the fight. Alright, this is a card play. Okay, so let's do the pipes. And let's not do that one, but let's do this one because it's cheaper. We already have Syncopated Onslaught. No, we don't. We have Event of Reparation. We can discard that one. I guess I could discard an instrument and conjure it. But that's fine. We'll manage. Let's give Wraith draws because Wraith needs draws. Don't need that one. I could theoretically just keep putting bystanders in the thing. We'll just cycle it through for each hero that needs it. We want to keep one under the safe house so that we can do a start of turn play. We want to put a victim under the safe house when there are 0 under the safe house, which can be done by discarding a card, because with potential sidekick we're drawing 2 cards. So we're going to have cards. We're going to be fine. Okay, so I want to start setting up super combos with Argent Adept. We have the pipes and the vigors, so we can heal like no other. I want to get the instruments because the instruments I think are... I just want to get the instruments out and then I can figure out the songs, or I can just get all the things out and then I don't have to worry about anything. But let's get the instruments so that they're there. We have 3 instruments in play. We have 1 in the trash. And that one would allow me to use Inspiring Supertonic and a Preparation or Bulwark. Whereas the harp I wouldn't be able to use right now. So let's conjure for my trash. I could actually discard these instruments. Yeah, I think that was the decision I could have done for the bystander, was discard the instrument so I can conjure it. But we can do that again now. Okay, so let's now use the harp, or sorry, the lyra, to use Inspiring Supertonic on Argent Adept, to use Drake's pipes to heal bot. And if I do this, well, that's not going to do anything now. I was thinking maybe I could also automate this thing if it's smart, but I didn't. And now we have card play / card draw, and you have an impromptu invention with 3 equipments: infrared eyepiece, utility belt, razor ordnance. Infrared eyepiece is not limited. And then you could play a card off of that. Micro's in play, razor's in play, throwing knives is not in play, and then you draw a card that you might also play. You also have your own play phase, though. Let's just do a draw instead, even though we're going to be drawing more cards. Let's just make super sure that we have options. All right, Challenge of Fire, which does less damage than the swinging blades. Return a card to hand. Infrared eyepiece. Card draws. another victim. Target that will redirect to an immune target. Damage that gets redirected to the immune target. Damage that gets redirected to the immune target. Nightmist doesn't need to do this because she can't play a card. If we destroy Mist form, well, we have a slight idea as to what Heedless Slash would reveal. It's one of 3 cards. Other than playing the Tome, you don't really have a reason to play a card right now. I mean, Heedless Lash that reveals a 4 would be able to do a bunch of damage to Spite, but... and, I mean, Nightmist is healthy, but I want to keep the Mist form out since we do have to think about the Gloomweaver match. It would have revealed a 1 for Starshield Necklace, so it wasn't going to be good anyway. Alright, and I don't really need to keep healing, but let's just get Nightmist to full. I mean, Argent Adept's also going to heal, so a lot of that healing is now wasted cards, but that's fine. That was the only card in my hand. Okay, or in my deck. Alright, nothing to grapple. Combat Strike. And then you have to discard something for Argent Adept to have an option. And let's give the draw to Argent Adept. Keep this card draw train going. No, no. Alright. Stun Bolt is in play. Let's cut the other Stun Bolt out so you could double stun. If it matters. Put that in play. So, you can't conjure an instrument that's in your hand, so let's play 1 instrument. And then we'll discard the other instrument. Give the draw to Wraith. No, no. And then we'll conjure for my trash. So now all my instruments are in play. So we'll do the Lyra. To do double Rhapsody, we have to give this power to Argent Adept. Pipes, Vigor. Now here's what I want to see. If I select this, let's do this turn for now. Let's see if this triggers the second Rhapsody. It probably isn't. It's probably per Rhapsody. So if I had done this game, it would have been better. I don't want to rewind, though. Yeah. So now let's set this to be this game. Or all game. Let's see if the next time I use this, that it does the thing. And... I mean, Wraith doesn't have enough cards to play, really, so we'll just keep doing draws. Oh no! Anubis! Card to return to hand. Stun Bolt. I guess I should automate these decisions too, because it no longer matters. Anubis is just looking at all the circuitry in his tomb and going, nice! Alright, skip. No, 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 no. And I think we can just skip the discard now. Alright, put that in play. You have 5 equipments in your deck. Let's play it to draw one of the cards that I could have done. All of those are in play except, I mean, Stunbolt's already in play, but it's not limited, so I can do that. And then do that. I guess Throwing Knives was not in play. Okay, well. Yes. Throwing Knives. Argent Adept. Scared Frost and Flame. Nope. Nope. Throwing Knives. You could suit yourself, I guess, but that's fine. So I wish we could double up on Razor Ordnance, but we can't. We could double up on Throwing Knives if we made Nightmist not immune to damage, but I don't know if that would be more effective than this. This is working fine. It's going to work. I don't want to break from the pattern because something unpredicted will come out. All right, all the instruments are in play. Now we want to get all the songs that are relevant, at least for first Syncopated Onslaught we want. And Sadistic Dissonant doesn't really matter. Counterpoint Bulwark is in play. We can discard that safely. And then give the draw to Wraith. There's a one-shot that deals damage. Awesome. This also enables me to get out of Nightmist immunity for a turn by making Spite unable to deal damage. Right, we don't need to do those. Alright, so 30 damage combo requires Scherzos. Let's play Scherzo. I mean, we really have most of the moving pieces, except we need Subdominance, or Subdominant Singular, probably, but... Alright, so then Lyra. Argent Adept Power, Pipes. And let's see how this works. This is the one that I didn't trigger this game, or all game, but let's assume that it was set up properly for the second one, and so now I could just do this for the first one, and then it will automate this. The Argent Adept and Wraith are now no longer in critical. Okay. Let's see. It probably went to the target to gain hit point. Skip. Well, alright. It didn't work. It's an after rewind, which means that all of these are gone. I have to hit them again. But there weren't actually too many of those other than smoke bombs that mattered. Argent Adept Power. Pipes. Rhapsody Vigor. It makes me wonder though if I didn't do this game on skip, would it actually work? Let's see if that would work. Because my theory that I can test next turn is that it saw a bunch of Rhapsody of Vigor this turn, or this all game skip. It saw that before the other ones, so it treated that first instead of the actual order that things happened. But let's see if that is the case. That's not what I wanted to do. So Lyra, Super Tonic, Argent Adept, Pipes. Vigor. So let's do this, or I keep saying this game, all game. And we know it's not going to work on this one because it's a different instance of Rhapsody of Vigor. Did I accidentally toggle it on skip? I did not. Okay, so we'll see if that works. This has to be reset. And then Argent Adept could try to deal damage, but he doesn't have a damage increase, so that's not going to do anything. Argent Adept is profiting cards. Okay, so now let's figure this out. Or rather this here. Argent Adept needs to be the one that keeps working towards setup. I'm kind of amazed at the comeback we had. It almost wasn't going to work out, but we got it working. Destroy a victim. Innocent bystander. Keep the sidekick alive. Oh, right. When you destroy a victim, you also deal damage. Well, this game. All game. Slowly, gently, this is how a life is taken. Good Samaritan, hello. All game. All game. All game. Okay. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. It'd be nice to have Nightmist do something more, but we can consider that more once it's the Gloomweaver game, because Gloomweaver is certainly one of the easier villains. Even Skinwalker Gloomweaver, I think, isn't too bad. As long as we have double-digit hit points, we'll mostly be fine, but especially with a fully set up Wraith and Argent Adept, it won't even be an issue. But we'll consider that once we are at that point. You're not discarding for that. Put that in play. And then you can play Throwing Knives. I guess we could have done the Throat Jab this turn. We'll save that for Gloomweaver. No, yes. Utility Belt's already in play. Okay. Let's just keep throwing all the equipments out so that you could inventory barrage on Gloomweaver. Put that in play. And then we want to put out the Scherzo. And then discard Supertonic. And now let's get the Subdominant out. We could speed things up if we activated the Perform of the Onslaught, which I could have been doing. This is working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see if we fix the if we have vigor working right. Yes. It's kind of working in reverse order, which is weird. It healed Argent Adept, then then Wraith, then Nightmist. When I initially selected Nightmist, then Wraith, then Argent Adept. That's weird. But that's fine. That actually explains everything. Actually, we know exactly what the top of the villain deck is. Do you know what the top of the villain deck is? I don't remember what it is. It's collateral damage, which would have destroyed a victim anyway. All right. Infrared eyepiece. Bye-bye, Good Samaritan. We have decked Spite, and we have decked Tomb of Anubis. You don't want to do that. You have any equipments? You do. To be fair, the tomb sometimes decks itself. Alright, these are already in play, so I can't do much with these. Oh well. Earthshade was at the bottom today. Yeah, Earthshade took forever to come out. It's probably possible to kill Spite this turn. How do we want to do it? We'll have Argent Adept do his shenanigans, right? We're mostly set up for that, right? Might as well. Okay, so what do we need to do maximum damage with Argent Adept? We need to Lyra power or Lyra supertonic, harp supertonic. No, actually we need to do the self damage thing. So let's see. Do that to use a power, and that power is to increase your damage. I'll also give it to Wraith, so I can give powers to Wraith. That was your play phase. So now your power, you can use the harp. Hear me use a power. Argent Adept. Hear me use a power. Argent Adept. Now I want to do the ones that say activate the accompany of the harmony. I'm probably not doing this in the right order. No, wait, I already vocalized, right? So now I Zeus Bell. Okay, let's use Zeus Bell to increase damage again. I don't actually know what the 30 damage combo is off the top of my head, but I do know it involves using the Subdominant. Use up power now, right? Because these are not the ones that... Or no, we have the Onslaught. We do the Onslaught with this one. You keep having me shuffle. And then we use the Onslaught with this one. And now this is the accompany of the harp. So we use the Subdominant. And now we want the ones that say activate the accompany of a harmony, which is just the horn. But now I can use Scherzo, Frost, and Flame. And then use a power now. Accompany of a rhythm or 2 melodies. Unfortunately, neither of those are going to do what I want. There's a way to use another power off of this, and I slightly screwed it up, I guess. That's fine. So yeah, it is. So Wraith is not the lowest, so it's a little screwed up, but that's fine. Got rid of Spite with some exciting action. And the Alacritus Subdominant should still be in play because it never got destroyed, right? Okay, well, Gloomweaver just fixed everything. Perfect! Everything's working! Alright, yeah, the Subdominant is still in play. Okay, with Gloomweaver, we can destroy Mistform. That's fine. By hitting... this is cheating. We'll just let that play. I don't want to know what top card my deck is. I should have said yes to destroy Mistform. My bad. It's fine. We'll just accept this. You have 2 equipments. Sure. Alright. Eventually, Wraith will be at a point where she can play Throat Jab and use a power and then draw Throat Jab back. We're not there. We're almost there. We're not there. We could be there if we Trust Fund. We probably will be there if we Trust Fund. Or we could have Argent Adept help this as well. I could discard 2 Throat Jabs and actually make sure that I always have one to draw. That's kind of counter. Oh, I'm discarding. Oh, okay, well. That's fine. I don't need to reduce Gloomweaver's damage. I do want to get rid of the Pouch of Bones, because I can't tell when a zombie enters play unless I infrared eyepiece. What? Deck manipulation? I could also just 30 damage combo Pouch of Bones, right? Do we want to rearrange decks? You have nothing in your trash. Could have Argent Adept just blow it up. Yeah, sure, actually. That makes lots of sense. Right, in that case, so we need to use Sadistic Dissonance. We're going to play Sadistic Dissonance because we don't have it yet. So now I have to activate the Perform of a Harmony. There aren't too many harmonies. I still don't want to use this one because that's uneven healing. I don't want to use this one because that destroys it, although I could do other stuff with it, and I have 2 copies of it, so I might as well, right? Or I could use this one, but I have all the cards I need, so I guess it's just going to be Lyra again. And then I'm not even going to bounce powers around. That's how dumb this is. Let's destroy the harp. All right, Patch of Bones is gone. And then let's give the play here. Yeah, let's give the play to Wraith so that, well, actually it's not going to be as, so we draw the throat jab, no equipment cards, whatever. I mean, if your deck consists of impromptu inventions and throat jabs, it's not awful, right? Let's save that for your play. Yeah. Yeah. I guess technically this could be... Well, wait. Is this doing 3 damage? We don't care about it. Right? Yeah, we don't care about it. Okay, destroy Mistform. Mistform's gone. 2 cards left is a 2 and a 3. Okay. Do I want either of those cards? Well, Elder Ring could enter play. Let's Heedless Lash. Get Elder Ring. Okay. Discard 2. We kind of need cards to be in the deck for Nightmist to really work. So we kind of need to discard. And we actually can set this up to discard and reveal and play exactly the cards we want, right? We probably want Tome at some point because our base power is not doing anything still. Well, if we want to get a Tome in play, we could Heedless Lash a Tome someday. Once again, I rhymed. I'm just that good. Oblivion 4, sure. Yeah, I can reveal my Call Forth and then put it back in any order, which makes sense for some reason. Okay. So that's that. Wraith, Throat Jab, Gloomweaver. And then we can do these things. It's good that we destroyed the relic because a zombie servant came out. Okay, so then I don't know. Do I want the heart back? Let's get the heart back. We're not really worried about smoke bombs as much. There are villain targets that can hurt us, but the spite levels of damage are gone. Even on Gloomweaver's flip side, because Gloomweaver will not be able to deal damage ever. So let's now just not care about lowest HP hero. Let's just make Argent Adept do all the Argent Adept things. Let's see, who can do the most with a power? Argent Adept can give +1s. That's probably exactly what we want. I mean, now the problem is we have all the cards we want, and I don't know what to play. Nightmist has 0 cards in her deck. She needs to draw a card to get her deck going, so let's have her draw a card just so that she has a deck. So now she has a 1, a 2, and a 4. Well, that was not that. useful, I guess. Do we want you to play something? You haven't done your redirect yet, right? So let's have you reveal Mist form. Even when I'm trying to get Nightmist to do things, she's going to end up Mist forming anyway. Of course it's Mist form. Let's discard Force. I don't normally discard Force, but we kind of want to get Force revealed by things. All right, Nightmist is immune to damage. Would the 30 damage combo have been better? Probably. We can destroy a trial to get the idol of input. Of Anput. Oh no, Pouch of Bones is back. And Zombie Servant was played. Wow. Wow, Gloomweaver. Wow. Yes. All right. You could reveal Heedless Lash or Oblivion. Oblivion would reveal a 1 and deal 1 damage to all targets. And then Combat Stance would react. Well. Okay, well, Heedless Lash. Yes. Discard the 4s we want to have played. Or just Oblivions, or, well, Scouring Mists. And an Oblivion, sure. That reveals Oblivion. Not really too good because that is going to not deal any damage now. Okay, well, I could just put that in hand then, if it's not going to do anything. And once again, my base power does nothing. Darkwatch Nightmist. Nah, we don't need you to heal. All right, throat jab, throat jab, throat jab. And yep, there we go. That does enough to flip Gloomy. We are now on the flip side of Gloomy, which means when targets get destroyed, he regains hit points. Still gonna hit on the Pouch of Bones. And actually, let me order this better. Because if I hit the Zombie Servant, he'll regain hit points. So let's make sure we hit him hit the Servant first before he's at max. And then it doesn't matter. Ophidia is not going to get destroyed. I'm not even really going to worry about Ophidia. I could blow up the Pouch of Bones again. It's not as big of a deal. It's only 2 hit points, right? Or is it 3? It's 3 probably. It's 3. That's fine. Anything I want. Polyphoric Flare? Vernal Sonata? Oh, you know, Vernal Sonata would have been great when Nightmist had a trash. We want Wraith to draw a card at some point. The pouch came out because of Vast Following. Shuffled the villain trash, which had 2 cards in it, so it was always going to get the pouch back. So let's do Silver Shadow. That's the easiest way to just have that happen. And then let's play a Polyphoric Flare. All right. Could play Mistbound. Yeah, we could do that. All right, how do I want to do this? It was... I guess when I had the Accompany of Zeus Bell, I probably should have used Alacritus at that point. Because we were short 1 power in that string. But I think it's use this perform to increase damage dealt by Argent Adept. And I don't know. I guess we'll give 1 to Nightmist and 1 to Wraith. How about that? Because we'll use this again. All right, and then let's use Zeus Bell. Use Syncopated Onslaught. Get a +1 to Argent Adept and Wraith. And then we'll do the power. Let's use the left one, otherwise I'll screw it up. Use another power. Let's use the harp. Use a power. Argent Adept. Do I need to use the Lyra here? I think I do. And then I can use Drake's Pipes. We have 2 +1s on Argent Adept, so now this will do 3 and 3. And then this is... Let's use the Syncopated Onslaught, although a 1-shot off of Nightmist would probably do more damage. And then I want to use a power. Right? Yeah, because it's the Harmony Accompany. And I want to do the Accompany of Harmony, which is the horn. So then I can use Scherzo. And then the power now. And that leaves the drum. Excellent. 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 I think we did this correctly. So, want the damage one. And then Scherzo. This one. All right. I think we did it successfully. Yay! Mid-Jai. And the Cursed Acolyte. Which doesn't even matter. 3 damage? Sure, you have way too many cards. 4 and 4. Nightmist takes the damage. Lowest HP heroes don't. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And no Heedless Lashes. Because some idiot played all of them. Well, this is probably a good time to Mistbound. Let's just keep trying to keep 4s in the trash. Or in the deck. In any capacity. All right, Gloomweaver cannot play cards, which is good because whenever a cultist is destroyed, a card is played. So now we can destroy the Cursed Acolyte without worry. And I can actually use your base powered for a reason. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Heedless Slash we want to draw. And then mist form. I'm not gonna do that. The hit point recovery, I'm not gonna do that part. Alright, we have Throat Jab. We're gonna Throat Jab. So Gloomweaver cannot play cards, Gloomweaver cannot deal damage. And hey, Nightmist is not immune to damage. I could actually do a throwing knives trick here. When all you have are cards, you might as well use them. 4? You have any more 4s? Y'all got any more of them 4s? Okay, and Pouch of Bones. I actually don't care about the Cursed Acolyte at all. Normally I'm so freaked out whenever I see him. This time I'm like, oh, cool. More targets to redirect damage to Nightmist who doesn't take it. And then I could do another round of 30 damage combo, except I don't have Polyphoric Flare. I could Arcane Cadence, but that wouldn't play because there's only 2 cards. I could Silver Shadow to draw, which might be Polyphoric Flare, it might be Arcane Cadence. It might be fine to just have Argent Adept take an off turn. Grumbles and Bad Rudder. Oh no. Oh no. You're missing the game. Let's have Argent Adept draw a card. Polyphoric Flare. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Play a card. Polyphoric Flare. Alright. And then you do the perform of Syncopated Onslaught to increase Argent Adept and Nightmist. And then we do Zoo's Bell to increase Argent Adept and Wraith. And then we use a power. We'll use the Harp. Use a power. Argent Adept. I think this is where I was not sure if I should use the Lyra now. Let's use the Lyra now. Use a power. Argent Adept. It probably doesn't matter the order. We're probably going to get enough powers anyway. But the perform, Scherzo. Damage. Damage. Scherzo. Damage. Damage. And then this is a Rhythm Accompany, so we'll do the Onslaught. Damage. And then we'll do Subdominant, use a power. We want a Horn. Use Scherzo. Damage. Damage. And then use a power. Drum. And then Onslaught. Damage. And then Scherzo. Damage. Damage. Dominant is destroyed. That was the turn. I don't remember what Gloomweaver started with. I don't think it was 46 though, so I don't think I did it to its maximum potential, but that's fine. He's getting beat down. We will win the next round for sure. Oh boy, the environment has a -3 on it. All right, and there were no more 4s, right? So 3s. Yeah, Wraith wasn't lowest. Oh, well. That's fine. All right. So, do you remember what the top 2 cards were? I think it was a 2 and a 3. I think Oblivion would do it. Yeah, it was a 2 and a 3. Let's do the bigger hit. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Although this is going to take out Ophidia, and that's going to make him regain 2. So let's not do the bigger hit first. Although I think it will just balance out. But let's do the smaller hit. I like doing the bigger hit first when I can redirect it, because that will do more damage to Gloomweaver. But doesn't really matter. And then he'll regain hit points off of the Acolyte, but not Ophidia. He will play a card off of the Acolyte, too. But he doesn't really play one-shots. I mean, well, he has one-shots. He doesn't do damaging one-shots, though, so it doesn't matter what he plays. Fast following. And an Indigo Pin. I guess he could have played a zombie and regained hit points. Well, that's fine. But this will win the game. All right. In the challenge, we have defeated Skinwalker Gloomweaver. Technically the second time we did that. But this time with the Infernal Relics team of Argent Adept and Nightmist, with Wraith accompanying. Cool. And it was definitely super sketchy in the first 20 or 30 minutes of the game, but once we had the Mist Form and Smoke Bombs combo, we were invincible. Actually, we also needed all 3 copies of a Mega Computer for that to work. But yeah, that was that was a come from behind if there ever was one. It's 8:55, so let's just take a look. I'm gonna hit menu, and then hit new game because I kind of don't like hitting new game. Doesn't really work the way it's stated. So we're done with Infernal Relics, right? We did Akash Buddha, we did Apostate, we did Ennead, we did Gloomweaver and Skinwalker Gloomweaver. So Infernal Relics is done. We're now at Mini Pack 2, which means we're going to fight Misinformation. We're going to play in Final Wasteland. We're going to play with Scholar. Now, Misinformation's nemesis is Parse, so we're going to need to include Wrath? No. Shattered Timelines. No, duh, it's Vengeance. I know my expansions. We're going to need to lead with Parse. We're going to have a 3rd slot. And trying to keep it thematic probably would make the most sense. What would be thematic here against Misinformation? Probably someone from the Freedom 5. Probably... Nope. Buttons. Buttons. Can you just play that? Why? You're thinking I'm double clicking. I'm really single clicking. Someone from the Freedom 5. So like Legacy or Tachyon or Wraith or Bunker or Absolute Zero. I almost said Haka, but that's not right. Yeah, so Legacy would probably be the most thematic in some capacity. But we'll see. I mean, Legacy actually wouldn't be the best hero to bring, like base Legacy even, but just Legacy in general, because he provides damage increases, which Misinformation utilizes a lot of self-damage. Yeah. A clue card is destroyed if this occurs. Each hero target deals itself 2 sonic damage. If that gets a boost, that hurts you more. And a lot of the clues and diversions also involve self-damage, because generally Misinformation is not a target until her flip side. So the only time that misinformation directly deals damage is in her retaliation or at her end of turn. So, and this is also going to be challenged, by the way, which is also incredibly scary. Whenever a clue card enters play, the top card of the villain deck is plagued. So we might just like swap out this slot, actually. Make it Legacy the first game, Absolute Zero the second game, Tachyon the third game. We'll see which one works eventually. But it has to be leading with Parse because Parse is the nemesis. Has to have Scholar because Scholar is mini pack 2. Has to be in Final Wasteland because Final Wasteland is mini pack 2. That's going to be what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks when we resume the challenge. So be ready 2 weeks from now for the misinformation challenge, and we'll see if we can get that one. When we fought misinformation in the summer of challenges or summer of ultimates, not last summer, but 2 summers ago. That seems complicated. When we fought her in the summer of ultimates, summer 2018, we ended up shutting her down with a combination of cards. We had Visionary. Well, we had a card. I think we had Takedown is what we had. Takedown stopped the villain from playing cards, and because there was no villain character card, Takedown didn't actually deal damage, or villain target, or whatever. We also had Visionary cycle Takedown to the top of a deck, and then we had another hero that could play the top of a deck. I forget which one that was. It might have been a hero that also enabled a draw. Yeah, Misinformation was mini pack 2. Or rather, by herself, she was a promo. But in the digital version, she was part of mini pack 2. Anyway, what we did with the Summer of Ultimates was the ultimate cheese. But we won't be able to pull it off because we can't have all the heroes for that. We can't have Scholar become immune to damage, or not immune, but like reduce damage by a bajillion, except for the fact that she can destroy cards as if they were cards. I don't know what I was trying to say, but yeah, so this is going to be more of a challenge, I think, because we don't have the luxury of team composition selection, really, so it's going to be a harder match. But that's what you can look forward to in 2 weeks. Am I allowed to use any variants? Yes. So I can use Fugue State Parse to enable for more card plays, because we don't really need the damage dealing as much unless we have a diversion that's a target. Scholar. Well, I mean, he could have discarded a bajillion cards because Misinformation says, discard your hand! So maybe this would be great. And then the Freedom 5 variants as well. So yeah, so to be clear about the challenge, I never actually stated what the challenge was in this stream. The challenge that I've been going through, starting in the summer, it was called the Summer of Challenges at the time, but it's now challenge because it's no longer summer, and it's far from it. But we have to play through all the villains' challenge modes, and we're doing it in deck order. So we cleared out base game, we cleared out mini pack 1, Rook City, and Infernal Relics. So now we're up to mini pack 2. And so we have to beat Misinformation in challenge mode now. The other rules for this are that the decks we use have to come from the corresponding expansion. With Mini Pack 2, it's very limited because Mini Pack 2 is only Misinformation, The Scholar, and Final Wasteland. So these 3 decks have to be used. We also have to lead with the Nemesis, which in this case is Parse. I don't know, I was thinking about that when I literally just had her out. But we have to lead with the Nemesis, that way we get thematic dialogue. And the last rule is that we have to use 3 hero teams. 3 hero teams against Misinformation actually helps tremendously because we only need 2 clues in play. She's going to play a bajillion clues anyway, but, you know. Sometimes 3 hero teams make games easier, like against Spite. Sometimes 3 hero teams make games harder because you don't have as much damage dealing capabilities or freedoms of... Like, if you have 5 heroes, it's very likely that 1 hero will have cards set up to destroy a target that's pesky. But if you have 3 heroes, it's very likely for the 3 heroes to not draw anything helpful to take out a target right now. Which is why 3 hero games sometimes are harder than 5 hero games. But we're playing with 3 hero games throughout this just to make it a challenge. But yeah, I'm blabbering on about this. I can use any variant. I just selected Freedom 5. So like spreading powers out, certainly probably the better power. Damage dealing not as useful when there's no target on the front side. And then galvanize not as useful. So like Grandpa Legacy might be the best one to use. And also like the hit point recovery benefits Scholar. But it can also benefit Parse, or the power use can benefit Parse as well. Oh, you're saying because I was saying thematically it might make sense to use the Freedom 5. And then I said, let's use this variant. Yeah, I'm not really thinking too much about what actually like is possible in the realm of Sentinel comics. I'm just kind of like, this decision's arbitrary. I just kind of go with one that kind of is close to what, like, I don't know, throwing in the Naturalist doesn't really seem natural. Throwing in Setback would make this quite the setback. And I could use Tachyon, but that would be rather tacky. Have I made everyone leave yet? Has anyone realized the stream is over yet? All right, well, thanks for watching. Let's get music going. Gloomweaver. Why do I never know how to navigate this window? Gloomweaver variant. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Be sure to check out the other streams we have on this channel. We have Handelabra Live every Tuesday with John and sometimes Jeremy for some of the leads of Handelabra, showing you content before it is publicly available. Check out Dolphin's Dive every Thursday with myself, where we do some strategy streams, and we sometimes make smart plays, and we sometimes salvage games when they were thought to have been impossible or dire. Watch On Deck every Saturday with Pirate Savvy and Dover, a brother-sister duo that has some fun shenanigans in between themselves, as well as engagement with the chat. And watch Tales from the Archive every Sunday with another lit down for some storytelling Sentinels and someone who actually has an idea of what thematically means. If you have not gotten the games yet, Sentinels of the Multiverse is available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. The base game is rather cheap, I should say. Expansions do get expensive, but that is just the way for most things in life, especially with card games, because the base game is however much. Expansions tend to be about the same price as the base game, so including all of the expansions together in one product, super expensive. But it's definitely worth it. This is one of the best card games I've ever played, and I am so happy to be able to stream on Handelabra and showcase this content. We also have Bottom of the Ninth and One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End available as Handelabra products. Other card games and dice games that I also show on this stream sometimes. Next week, we'll be playing One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End, if you're a fan of those games or want to check those out. And 2 weeks from now, I'll continue with the Challenge in Sentinels. Spirit Island was crowdfunded recently. I keep forgetting what the proper word is. Was it Indiegogo was where it was? No, I don't think it was. I think that's a different place. I don't remember where it was. But it was recently crowdfunded. It's going to be released hopefully soon. Hopefully it will be demoed on Handelabra Live soon, so you can see it in its development. It was Indiegogo. Okay, I thought it was on Indiegogo. It was successfully Indiegogo'd. So, yeah, so you can check that out. That will be their 5th game. And hopefully they'll be able to release some expansions for Aeon's End. I really like that game a lot. And I don't remember if Spirit Island has expansions, but if it does, hopefully that will be seen as well. All right, have a good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream again, and I'll see you next week. Have a good night.